I've always been a Christian. I grew up in a United church, and I loved my church, and the only thing about it was I didn't really know God. I was definitely living a double life before finding Jesus again. I like to call it a dark period where I was pretty far from God. I always went to church, and I always, played the role while I was at church, but then when I was off with my friends, I'd hid it. I would never want someone to, when people found out that I was Christian, they were always really shocked because, I used to go out and party with my friends when I was, in school, and it was just completely, I was living a double life. And a guy at my church blatantly said to me that he was Christian, and he was, my age, and that shocked me, just completely shocked me, because no one ever that I met had ever admitted straight up that they were Christian. A year and a half ago, I was at one of my darkest periods, and I was unemployed. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any prospects for a job. I was living at home after living out on my own forever, and I was just I didn't know what to do anymore. And I was at a church camp, and at this church camp every day there was a service, and every day this one lady kept on saying her version of Jeremiah 29:11, and she would say, I know what I'm doing, God said. I have it all planned. And every day I heard it, and I was like, whoop, nothing, didn't think of it. And then on the very last day, so the 10th day of hearing this, my friend's mom leaned over and just kind of nudged me, because she knew how much I was struggling. And it hit me all of a sudden that I have not been letting God do his work in my life. I've been shutting him out, and I've been trying to do everything on my own. And I completely just gave myself over and started to slowly change my life in ways that I know that God would have wanted. And then I'd see people in February, March that haven't seen me in forever, and everyone was shocked on how happy I was. I was just a completely different person. I started making new friends. I joined a small group, and being in small group was, I think, the biggest impact on my life, because I saw how prayer works. Now, when I look at where I was and where I am now, it makes me so sure of who God is and who Jesus is, and how everything is connected. My very first small group, I think, is a key group that I would want them to know that they were very instrumental in my life. I don't really want to just say names, but there's certain people out there that know that they've had some huge influences in my life.